What is up, everybody? Oh my goodness. It has been a minute since I have been live, and I wanted to hop in here and talk to you guys today about something that I'm starting. Every single day, I'm going to go live and share with you something that happened in my day because I am back on the Weight Loss Warrior train. And I feel like it's really vital to have you holding me accountable just as much as the people within my private community, within, all of that support. I had to get real with a few things, and I'm sure that other people can relate to this pretty specifically. So obviously, I coach other people in their wellness, all of that, right? Support them, help them with their goals, finding great. And I do the same things for myself. However, I don't always take it as 100% seriously as I should. And to the point where my own results definitely slacked in 2017, had a lot of stress and emotional crap that I dealt with. And it ended up leaving me probably about 15 to 20 pounds heavier than I want to be. Okay. We're at a point now where I have set myself a mini goal to drop about 7 to 9 pounds. We're going to shoot for 10 pounds by the 21st. So I have about 3 weeks, not quite, not even left. But the point is, I am going to hold myself accountable by coming on here every single day and talking about how my day went. So the biggest reason I think something clicked for me, and it really had to do with what I'm doing with my nutrition right now, which is a whole mindset program. And it's not necessarily counting any calories, counting macros, removing carbs and doing keto or anything like that. It is simply mindset. And it really focuses around positivity and learning how to plate your meals, which makes my culinary heart super excited because the chef in me just gets like all, rambunctious. But really, it focuses around 4 main ideas. And that is that you need to drink some water, you need to eat your vegetables, you need to track your food so you know what the hell is going on, and you need to be accountable to yourself by weighing yourself every single day. I've always weighed myself every single day, even when I told people that scale is not your friend. You don't have to worry about what that thing tells. No, I always have weighed myself every single day and known, yes or no, you need to keep going with what you're doing or you need to switch it up, right? That's how you know. There is nothing wrong with the scale. And I love that that's part of this program. But it really made me think, because she has this moment. There's a dietitian that created this. She's the one in the videos, and it's awesome. But she has this moment where she tells you, you need to own that you want to lose weight. And I feel like I've been skirting around that issue for so long. I don't know why. I don't know why there seems to be this shame with it, right? I feel like a lot of us contain this bomb of shame, like it's some horrible thing that we want to lose weight. Who cares? If you want to lose weight because you want to be a certain size, or you want to feel a certain way, or you want to fit back in those clothes that you have hanging in your closet for the last 5 years, then go for it. There is nothing that is allowed to shame you in that, okay? So that was a big one. The next one was, this program is completely different from what I have been doing. So what I have been doing was containers. I don't have them sitting here to show you. I'm sure you've seen them, the color containers. And, you get a certain amount of each color every day. They're great. They work awesome. But I can tell you that I rebel when I'm given too many rules. If you've worked with me, you know that. If you have been around me very long, you know that. I like to march to the beat of my own drummer. And so having the containers, fantastic, but they worked really well for me in the beginning until I started doing my elimination thing for rheumatoid arthritis. And then it became this issue of, I don't know what to put in the carb container, and I cannot eat rice, and I can only do so much of sweet potato before I want to puke. So it just became this thing where I was trying to replace with more veggies, and it wasn't working, right? Because my portions were off and everything was not in sync the way it needed to be. Also an excuse I told myself. the point behind all of this is this program now, it really has the loosest guidelines I've ever experienced in my life. I come from the calorie counting background. That's how I lost the majority of my weight. So to not have that restriction, like, kind of sets my brain on fire, but it also really started to click over the past weekend. It's taken me 3 solid weeks of doing this program, 3 weeks where I sabotaged myself and lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, gained weight. And I was thinking, like, what is your deal? What is going on? And ultimately it was that I had not accepted in my brain that I actually wanted to lose weight. That's the first thing. Like, if you know you want to lose weight, then you have your starting point. That's your goal. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, no shame in that, right? So the other thing with that then is you own it every single day, every single choice, every single movement you have throughout your day. You have the opportunity to make it a weight loss day. I am so behind this now. Like, it's insane how it's clicked. And here's why. 3 weeks, I told you. Lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, right? I went on the hard side of treat yourself. Like, hey, let's order pizza tonight because I'm on this plan and it's totally like no restrictions, right? No, like, duh. First of all, pizza is on a flour crust, which clearly causes inflammation in my body. It's covered in cheese, which also causes gut issues for me. Like, there's certain things my body, from what I have done and tested and learned, cannot handle. That's not to make me better than, worse than, oh, poor you. No, that's like my truth, and I have to really own that. And I did a really great job owning that when I first took this on. But somewhere along the way, especially with the stress of 2017, I lost some sight in that. So it really took me thinking, okay, you've got to get back on that track first and foremost, because you need to feel good. You need to have these joints feeling good. You need to not think that you need to take Advil. You need all of this. Your guts need to be in check, right? So that was one. The next thing was really the idea that I got in that mode of treating myself, but then I felt guilty. And that's where there's some really bad miscommunication. Now, this program allows you to have whatever you want, right? It teaches you the majority of what you need to eat, and it tells you when to eat it, but it doesn't give you portion sizes. It doesn't tell you, yeah, you can only have, 1 egg and 1 piece of... No, you get to choose what you eat. You have to be really mindful of what your body is telling you, though. And that part really, really struck a chord with me over the past 3 weeks. Last week into this week, I rocked it. And the only reason I rocked it was because something clicked. Literally last week at this time, I was still having that treat yourself guilty feeling. And I woke up one morning and I had the worst throbbing pain in a foot joint that I had never ever had arthritis pain in, and it felt like gout. And I thought, well, great. I can't even put my shoe on without it hurting. Like, it was bad. And I knew it was because of food, right? That's what my body does when I don't eat appropriately. It gains weight, it holds water, it swells up and inflames, and it does something like that where I have some random trigger point that is the worst pain ever. So I knew I needed to get something in check. I was also battling a lot of digestive issues, like really bad, because I had not been following something where, I was completely grain-free or I was completely dairy-free. There was little bits here and there that were sneaking in, and it was okay, right? A little bit of yogurt's fine. A little bit of Fiber One cereal on top of that's fine. Yes, for a person that can tolerate those foods, that is fine. My body is not the kind that can tolerate those foods. I've tested it, I know it. But somehow when this program came out and that was part of, some of the things she was making, I was really excited to try it out. And I was like, yes, like I can use these. They don't work for me. So I had to get real about what works for me and what doesn't. That part sucks, right? That feels like, I want to be able to eat those things, but it's not possible for me. And that's one of those other acceptance things. So I want to lose weight, but I also want to feel good. So I had to mesh the two together and really, really take on a purpose with this, because if I'm going to do anything and you're going to take time doing it, every single day is a new chance to start over or make it like killer, right? You can crush every single day, but you have to make that choice at the start of your day or even yesterday so that you are prepared for today to rock. So that really led me to Friday. I started a 3-day cleanse, which actually the main reason, I'm going to be honest with you, I've had it sitting in this room for months, and I had never gotten around to doing it, and it expired on the 31st of May. So I'm like, well, I guess I need to do that. So I had scheduled it for this past weekend because my husband was working nights, so it wouldn't affect anything. Like, we eat differently when he's on a different schedule. We eat separately, is what I mean. And so I knew that it wouldn't be an issue, right? I'd be able to stick to it because I wouldn't have any distraction of like, we have the weekend off and we need to go do this or go do that. And it was not easy. It was tough. I think the first day I ended up eating an extra serving of fruit or something like, oh no, this is not allowed on the cleanse. I mixed peanut butter with some coconut oil and a little bit of that cereal I was talking about, and some flaxseed, and because I was hungry. And then the next day I ended up eating a full bowl of cereal. So the only day that I actually stuck to the cleanse was day 3, and I felt amazing on day 3. So there's something to that, right? But overall, something clicked Thursday night into Friday. And Thursday night before the cleanse, you better believe we went to Dairy Queen and I got a cherry dip cone, and I thought, this is like my last big shebang before the cleanse, right? Like, that's stupid, but we all do it. And I remember eating it and feeling completely like satisfied and not mad. And that right there was a huge win, because for me, even all of the years that I have been losing weight and tracking my food and on this fitness journey and whatever, if I go to a place where I eat, like have that treat pizza or have that treat cake or ice cream or whatever, I always have some sort of guilt associated with it. And sometimes that guilt tells me and triggers me into the F it, who cares, just go for whatever else you want to eat tonight kind of mentality, right? And I didn't have that on Thursday. And that taught me that something has clicked, right? It's finally like that aha moment, deer in the headlights, they're on and you're looking, you're awake now and you're ready. So I ran with it, and I thought more about it as I processed through the cleanse over the weekend. And really today when I woke up in such a good mood. I felt clear-headed. I felt really, really grateful. And I know that sounds so crazy, but it is the truth. I don't know how to explain the way that nutrition and mindset go together, but they really, really do, especially when you're functioning on higher levels of nutrients. It is powerful. So I went with the intention today. I had to go to the grocery store, right? Because when we went to the store before the weekend, before my husband went back to work, I didn't get anything extra. I got the few things I needed for the cleanse, and that was depleted. So I needed to get a few things just to set myself up for success. Here's the deal. In my house, I am very, very particular about always having very specific things in my fridge. I don't meal prep at all, ever. Possibly make some chicken ahead of time, but nothing like, you see these people that meal prep these perfect containers of food, and they have 6 of them in there for their whole week. No, and I've never done that. If I ever had to meal prep, it was always, okay, we make dinner tonight and I make enough so that I have lunch for tomorrow at work. That's it. So I always make sure, though, that inside of my fridge there is tons of fresh, already prepared veggies. So like bagged greens are gold. Like, if you aren't buying them, I don't want to hear that they're too expensive. That's BS. You can get so many different kinds of things on sale at every grocery store, because I even went to Dawn's today, which is a little local grocery store, and they had way good prices on things. So I will tell you, you have to be a smart shopper, but you just need to go and do it, because the more that you have in your fridge, the more likely you're going to eat at home, which is going to save you a lot of hassle, money as well, and it's going to be better for your belly no matter what. I don't care what anyone says. Now, let's not say we're buying Hungry Man, because that's not better for you, but real, actual food, okay? And having that in the fridge, today I had no idea what I was going to have for dinner. None. I was like, I don't know. And it's Monday, and I hadn't had cabbage steaks in a while. And if you've watched any of my stories or you've seen my posts lately, like cabbage steaks happen at least once a week because I'm obsessed. And I had a whole head of cabbage that I didn't touch during the cleanse. So I thought, oh yes, we're gonna make those tonight. So I knew that was happening. And I thought, well, maybe some turnip fries, maybe something else. And then I got the mustard greens today at the store. And I had a little like half bag left of frozen rice cauliflower. So I threw that together and totally whipped some random crap up, put some barbecue sauce in it. Like, I want you to understand that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to follow a recipe. You don't have to have a freaking plan that's like etched in stone. You just have to have the skeleton of your plan and then put it together. It is so powerful when you just start owning that one piece. Grocery shopping is gold. I have been obsessed with grocery stores pretty much my entire life. And this program has a whole grocery shopping video, which I love. I've thought about being a consultant for people to help them grocery shop because it is something I absolutely freaking adore. Like, I can't explain it. We go out of town, we have to go to grocery stores because I'm obsessed, okay? Like, we're going to Indianapolis, and you better believe I'll be visiting some grocery stores that we don't have around here just because that's where I geek out, okay? So I went to the store today with the intention of knowing I needed to get kale because I love it, and I don't care if you hate it. Move on. Mustard greens, I went to Albertsons. So if you have an Albertsons or a Safeway locally, get there. Go buy these things. They are delicious. Check your dates. Always, always, always. My number one tip for you, if you're going to buy anything in the produce section, aside from the fresh stuff because it's not dated, the bagged items, you need to dig to the back. This is the rule of grocery stores. Everything new is in the back. So your further dated items are going to be in the back. You need to get to that back. Doesn't matter if that person's staring at you, giving you the evil eye. Dig to the back and find a date that's further out, okay? I don't ever have produce that goes bad, and I hear it all the time from my people, like, well, I can't get fresh produce because it goes bad. And I think, I don't know how that happens. We have an entire fridge full of produce that never goes bad. And I'm not saying that I am like a weird rabbit that eats it all in one day. I don't. Like, I have a lot of crap in my fridge that's been there for over a week, and it's fine. Bags of spinach, fine. Like, you just have to choose a further out date, okay? But I digress. So the weight loss warrior situation, it is feeling good today. Like, I had to tell you, the cleanse happened on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday into Saturday, I immediately lost 3 pounds. That was the gist of my weight loss overall. I lost, I know for sure, 1.5 inches off my waist, which tells me that my gut was very inflamed. I don't think that I lost 1.5 inches of fat off of my waist. I know that's not the truth. That's going to happen with toning and exercise, right? But gut health is so crazy important. So if you're feeling like you're having issues, and you'll know if you have these issues, or if you've ever had them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Complete discomfort, constipation, or the other. I never have had the other side of that. Like, I usually get to the point where I can't go to the bathroom, but some people have the opposite and they go to the bathroom all the time. And just like overall yuckiness, right? We don't need to go into too many details. I talked about it the other day on my Instagram stories in great detail. Yeah, I won't visit that on here, but I can tell you that completely switched. So that 3-day cleanse, the purpose of it was to get my gut in check, and it helped. So my thought behind this really was that every few weeks I'm going to throw in a day where I eat like I'm on the cleanse, and I won't have the supplements necessarily. It has like a fiber drink that you do, and it has a couple different like protein powders. They're like kind of like a superfood shake, kind of, but not really. They're gross, that you drink with your lunch and your dinner. So I figured I would just do breakfast, lunch, dinner, also have my superfoods just with that because I have plenty. And just do a day where I take a moment, let my body have like a relaxed day, and really focus on, cleaning it out again. Just when you get that little urge that you like, oh, I need to reset. Because it absolutely switched my gut and it really switched my mindset. And I know That sounds super hokey, and I'd be the person rolling my eyes right now if it hadn't been my body. But it is. So with that, I still walked June every day. And if you know or you've seen the videos, she's insane. She's almost 88 pounds of like pure muscle that just acts like she's a horse. And I wish I could explain. If I had like wheels on, she would pull me. It's crazy, right? So that's a workout. That's like an arm workout. That's a full body workout. And then came home today and did another workout. Like I was back to my workouts this morning or this afternoon. I did them this afternoon. So I'm feeling really, really energized with this. But something clicked tonight. I was eating dinner, and if you're on my Instagram, you can see it because I posted it there. You might be able to see it on these stories if they automatically upload. But dinner, I had the cabbage steaks and the cauliflower rice mixed with the greens, and it was a pretty hefty meal, and I couldn't finish it. And like something just, I stopped because I was looking at my phone, so I was like, you know, not paying attention, and ended up like containering it, like put it in a container, put it in the fridge, saved it for later. So I didn't eat it all. Now, what was going on about 3 weeks ago, I was eating everything on my plate, whether I felt like I was going to explode or not. So you got to be really, really like tuned in to what your body is actually telling you. And honestly, you got to drink the water, because the water, like I still have to drink 2 of these before bed. The water is gold. Gold. Water is going to allow your body to flush everything out. It's going to allow your body to rid itself, really not hold on to water. Like, I know that sounds weird, but it's going to just get rid of it all. So this. Also, biggest commitment, and this is something I'm going to say publicly on here so that everyone can hold me accountable to this. Okay, coffee has become like this crazy thing that I drink nonstop all day long. You've seen the unicorn cup, right? The big ass tumbler. It's gorgeous, but it's also 40 ounces. And I can drink at least 2 of those a day full of coffee. That's nuts. Okay. That's like well on my way to a gallon. And not just coffee, but I was adding coconut sugar or white sugar, or, you know, like at least a cup of almond milk, unsweetened, but still a cup. Like that's a lot. There's a lot of things going on there that are unnecessary and not aiding in my goals, right? But it was a stress coping mechanism. It was something like a blanket that I was clutching onto for dear life. So this morning when I woke up, on the cleanse, you don't get any coffee. None. None. And I missed it like crazy. But I told myself, okay, you can have your coffee again, but you're going to drink it black. Because here's the deal. If you're drinking coffee and you're shoving tons of cream in it, you might as well just be drinking milk, right? If you're drinking coffee and putting tons of cream and sugar in it, I don't know what. Go eat an ice cream. It's not coffee anymore. Coffee is black. So that was the rationale I had to tell myself this morning. It sucks. I don't like it either, so you can hate me on that. It's true. I hate me too. But the truth is, each coffee I had today, which was 2, not 2 of the unicorn thing, because here's what happens when I drink black coffee. I'm like, I'm not making as much as I normally do, and I make my smaller little French press, right? And I fit it into one of my You Are Here mugs from Starbucks, instead of fitting it into the tumbler that's like, you know, walking around with a doozer, okay? So it was really good, because I actually had a handle to hold on to, and I enjoyed my coffee greatly, and then I was done. No almond milk. I have not touched almond milk since Thursday. I'm so proud of myself, because I would have gone through all of the 3 containers that we have in our fridge right now over the weekend had I not been doing the cleanse. So this is not a video about the cleanse. This is not a video about coffee, but I wanted to throw that out there as my own accountability. I will be doing black coffee from here on out, because that for me is a big trigger, stress trigger, comfort zone area where I need to challenge myself. Because here's the thing. Do I always want to drink black coffee? Does it always taste good? No, nobody does. Unless you're a hardcore like dude coffee drinker and you're like one of those that'll drink the whole pot, like keep going. I'm not, okay? So really what it tells me is I should reach for some water and enjoy that first. Then if I still feel the need, like, hey, yeah, I want a coffee right now, then go for it, right? So that's my bit for today. That's where I'm at today. I am so close to my goal because I just feel it. Like, I own it in my heart and I know that it's my truth. So what I challenge for you is, if you have a goal like this, and I'm not saying you need to do the program I'm doing, I'm not saying you need to do anything I'm doing. I want you to challenge yourself. So if you have a goal that you want to go for, then first of all, own it. That's my first tip. Own the goal. Second tip, don't sabotage yourself, because we do it so easily. I feel like we take our goals so for granted that it's just cool that we, go get that ice cream or eat that pizza later. Like, no, if you have a goal, be freaking tenacious and don't let it slip, right? It is really, really easy to back out of your word, because who's really holding you accountable? No one, you. And at the end of the day, I hope that if you have any kind of goal, you continue to push yourself. And it doesn't mean you have to be perfect every single day. It means you keep progressing every single day. Like that thing at dinner with putting the leftovers, the extra on my plate. Thought about throwing it away, but I'm like, I could save this. I could eat this. Maybe I'll add it to my lunch tomorrow. Like, whatever, right? It's all veggies. But the idea behind it is, I almost, the first thought I had, well, let me just sit here, and if I'm hungry later, I'll heat it up and I'll eat it. And it's like, no, you're good. And then the second thought was, well, let me just sit here and I'll just eat it now. And it's like, no, you'll really feel up to here with cabbage, which if you've ever done that, it's not a fun feeling. And then the third thought was, put it in a container and put it in the damn fridge, right? Like, it's okay to have that. That is a choice to make, but it's such a powerful choice. So know those little things that you do personally to get out of something. Because I am a tricky little bee. And I can tell you that sabotage could have been my middle name. And the only person I hurt is myself, right? I don't want to feel that way in my jeans. I don't want to, go out of town on our trip in a few weeks and feel uncomfortable. I don't want to be hot and sweaty and feel bloated and gross. I want to feel good. I want to feel how I felt this morning when I woke up. I want to feel lighter. I know that I can do it. I know that I can be there. I've been there before. So the whole point behind it is to get there again. So if you have something like that, you're struggling with something like that, keep going. You have to push yourself. Because a lot of time, no one else is going to show up in your bedroom in the morning and tell you, hey, get out of the bed. You need to get going, right? No one does that. We have to do that for ourselves every single day. And it's not always fun. Sometimes it's really not fun. But once you do it, it's easy, right? You just do it. You have to 5-second rule, do it, go move on. And then your day starts and you don't even remember that you struggled with that. So that's where the power is at. I'm going to stop rambling. It's been a long video. I hope that you're having a fantastic Monday. I hope that inspires something in you. If you have a goal you want to work towards, drop it in the comments so we can cheer each other on. But I will be on here again tomorrow, hopefully with some more insightful information. Hopefully not just talking about my leftovers, but you never know. I don't know how it's going to go. So I'll let you go. Have a fantastic evening. I will talk with you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.